Hey, what's up there, guys? Corey here with Android Community, and as you can see here, I have a little tablet in my hand from HP, this being the HP Slate 7. We should know quite a bit about this already. HP released this tablet, well, they announced this tablet back at CES, and had a couple of delays, sadly, but eventually came to market. It's $169, and it is kind of geared to compete with the Nexus 7. But what we have here is a obviously 7-inch tablet. It's got a low resolution display. It's only a dual core. We have a 1024 by 600, so no 720p. Then there's a 1.6 gigahertz dual core processor under the hood with 1 gig of RAM, 8 gigabytes of internal storage. So overall, it's not quite up to par with the Nexus 7, but we do have a little dedicated port right here for expanding storage. But real quick, let's just run it down. So obviously we have 3 megapixel camera on the rear. It's got a nice soft coat on the back that I actually kind of like, and it comes in gray or a kind of fancy red. Then this aluminum bezel around the sides actually gives it a nice look and feel, but sadly it's kind of rough around the edges, might be a good way to explain it. It's just not quite fully polished, but aside from that, it feels and looks nice. So it's definitely better than most cheap tablets, but not quite Nexus 7 quality. But 3.5mm headphone jack, the micro SD slot for expanding that storage, so it does come with 8 gigabytes. You can add as much as you like there. That is one of the few benefits over the Nexus 7. Then the power button right there. Over here on the side is a volume rocker. They all feel nice and have a good aluminum design, so that's good. And then on the bottom, a couple speakers and the micro USB for charging. Then of course, being HP, we have that Beats audio integration. And in case anyone used the HP touchpad with WebOS X, the speakers were awesome. But here, it's more of just a gimmick. The speakers aren't any better than any cheap tablets. Definitely doesn't sound good, so I was a little disappointed with that. But here we have Android 4.1 Jelly Bean, so no 4.2, which is one reason, obviously, again here, it's not quite up to par with something like the Nexus 7 because it doesn't have the latest and greatest. But this, I completely wiped it out to kind of give you that beginner's look here. Been using it for the past week or so. So obviously here we have Android 4.1. It's very similar to what we already know, thanks to the fact that we do have a front and rear camera, VGA on the front, and only 3 on the back. So the Nexus 7 doesn't have a camera on the rear, so that's a little benefit here, but they're kind of awful cameras. So the screen's not bad. The viewing angles are quite poor. The color's okay, but it really washes out really quick. And again, it's only 1024 by 600, so that's kind of not the best resolution. So for $30 more, with the Nexus 7 or others, you could definitely get, an HD screen, an HD IPS display to be a little more precise there. But again, we have expandable notifications. We have the settings. It's not 4.2, so we don't have a bunch of those quick settings that we like. So it's decent. We have Google Now and good stuff like that from HP. But as you can see, it's fairly quick and pretty standard. It's basically just a stock Android 4.1 build, which is fine with us. There's no overlays or anything. But overall, the performance has been decent in general. Not necessarily the best. There's no bloatware, which is nice. HP ePrint for wireless printing. If you have an HP ePrint compatible printer, it's not just going to print with any HP printer, even Wi-Fi ones. So that's kind of a benefit. But let's see what we have here. Go into settings. Well, Android 4.1 Jelly Bean. So it's just a quick look here. If you I've had a tablet before, you don't know what to expect. Being $169, this might be a tablet a lot of first-time buyers will buy. So it's definitely good. It's quick. It's stable. There was a few occasional issues where I'd have little glitches in the user interface, which was kind of odd because it's for the most part stock Android. But it's random dual-core processor and a quick build from HP, so it might not be completely optimized, but for the most part it ran okay. Some of the games also weren't extremely the best. Asphalt 7 stuttered a little bit and didn't quite perform up to what I was hoping for a 1.6 gigahertz dual-core processor. But overall, we have a decent tablet here. Little camera on the back. But nothing top of the line there with the camera. But So far, we're pretty pleased with the overall feel, the build quality. For $169, it's actually really nice, you know, in general compared to the competition. So it's definitely a worthy tablet for your money. But stay tuned for the full review. There's more on AndroidCommunity.com. We like what we see here, but we just kind of had a hard time justifying it when $30 more gets you the Nexus 7. There it was. Quick look at the HP touchpad, or wow, HP Slate 7. Thanks for watching, guys.